Hello, my name is Denise Emery, and this is my PowerPoint presentation on the effect of music in the classroom. Nowadays, our classrooms have children with different languages, cultures, and learning abilities. The teacher has to find how to implement different methods and techniques in order to be able to reach all the students in the classroom. The teacher has to modify the lessons and make sure all the students are learning and understanding the content. Often in the classroom, the teacher will have to interrupt the lesson and place all of his or her attention on one child. The teacher has to help some students to remain focused and concentrated while they are giving lectures and even during normal daily activities. So we find that teachers have to provide learning opportunities in order for the students to really assimilate the content that we're trying to give them. Since the student's attention and ability to work are a predominant part of the student's learning process, the teacher must provide methods and activities that will promote student participation and student achievement. This literary review includes a variety of research studies dating back to 1998 and the most recent ones in 2016. The literary review explores the effect of music in a classroom setting. So basically, the goal of this review is to examine the information available on the effect of music in the classroom and whether the students remain focused on the lecture or on the task they are completing because they are listening to music. The keywords in this study are effectiveness of music, influence of music, student performance, concentration, and completing tasks. The purpose of this literature review is to test the hypothesis that listening to music during classroom activities will help students assimilate and understand content better. Researchers have investigated the effects of listening to music in the classroom, and studies have been able to establish a relationship between listening to music and the ability to focus better in a lecture, solving math problems, or performing other classroom activities. The studies show how music can even help students that are easily distracted and have difficulty concentrating in their classwork. Listening to music in the classroom can benefit students of different ages and different backgrounds. From young children to adults, the teaching learning process can experience a significant improvement because of the effect of music in the classroom. Students that listen to music in the classroom will be able to focus in the given task for longer periods of time. Therefore, listening to music has the effect of helping the students acquire and understand knowledge in a better way. Every day in the classroom, teachers, parents, and administrators face one common difficulty. More and more students struggle with paying attention in the classroom. Students are not paying attention because of different reasons. One of the reasons students are not being able to pay attention is because they always seem to be tired. It seems like this generation has poor sleeping habits. Students go to school with less hours of sleep than what their body really needs to function properly. Also, children are not being able to pay attention in class because they are not eating well. Children will go to school with little or no breakfast. So another reason that students do not pay attention in class is that they are all immersed in a world of technological distractions. Students spend too much time playing games on their phones and on their devices. Overall, not eating or sleeping well as being distracted by technology will in turn affect the students' performance at school. The students will have difficulty concentrating and performing their daily classroom activities. So teachers must provide ways that can help those students that have difficulty paying attention in class. Teachers must provide those methods and techniques that will help their students improve in their academic achievement. So the purpose of this literature review is to test the hypothesis that listening to music during classroom activities will help students assimilate and understand content better. So in order to gather enough information on this topic, a strategy had to be followed. And the strategy was to find information that had to do with keywords. And the keywords were the influence of music, effectiveness of music, student concentration and performance, and the completion of tasks. An electronically based search for resources was conducted using ERIC, Academic Search Complete, and Psychology and Behavioral Sciences collection. In this process of selecting the appropriate resources, inclusion criteria was taken into consideration. The study selected for this literary review had to be an original study, and the studies had to include research about music. The studies had to include research on music helping students concentrate in class, and the studies had to include an instructional program that measured the effectiveness of integrating music into the classroom activities. The study that included preschool students showed the following results. The researchers demonstrated the effectiveness of music and how it was able to benefit children between the ages of 2 and 4. In the study about elementary students, the results were that the study proved the effectiveness of teaching mathematical concepts through music. In the study about students with emotional and behavioral difficulties, the researchers came to the conclusion that music helped the children behave better and perform better in their math problems. In the study about English as foreign language students, the researchers reached the conclusion that music was able to create a favorable learning atmosphere for English language learners. In the study with college students as participants, the researchers were able to demonstrate the positive effect of music while learning. And in a graduate and undergraduate musicians group of participants, the study suggested that there was a strong relationship between a student's attention and their emotional response. The conclusion is as follows. This literary review demonstrated the benefits of the effect of music in the classroom. While students listened to music, students remained focused on the lecture or the task they were completed. Implications for practice? According to the studies, music creates an adequate learning atmosphere. The studies demonstrated that music was able to help students that are learning a foreign language, help students with behavior problems, and even help those students that were working on math problems. The favorable results of the studies demonstrate that teachers and students can benefit from the effect of music in the classroom. There were limitations. The researchers were not able to determine the best type of music that can help students focus and concentrate better. One of the main limitations of the literary review is that it does not include a group of teachers as participants. Further research must be conducted to demonstrate that students of different ages and education levels can benefit from listening to music in the classroom. Further research on this topic can demonstrate that music in the classroom can give students the ability to work for longer periods of time under less stress and with less anxiety. Thank you for paying attention.